This is Irontrader. It is Thursday morning. So we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas. I want to take a look here at the ONQ, which is only down about 20. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation advice on a stock market ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Here we have Bitcoin, your daily and your weekly chart. Now let's take a little peek, see what's going on. Okay, we had that double top situation. We had this negative divergence, and she came right on down. Now, if we look at this, okay, we made this low of 108,845 level. Okay, so what we're really looking for here is the next level to be going on down was this 108,625. So far, we're holding that. Then your next level is going to be 107,840, and then we come down to the bottom of that candle at 107,680, and then we have the Hondo here sitting at 106,604 level. Now, the key level is also what you want to watch is right here is this 107,182, and that's just between our recent low and our 100-day. That's going to be very, very key on a closing basis by tomorrow. All right, now you can see here what we have is a nice series of higher highs and higher lows. Now you can see where it rallied up there, but where did it go? Boom. That's why you trade the charts, right into the old 8-day. Now we got a little bit above it. The key is you got to close above this 113 level, and that way we can get higher. Okay, so what we're watching on the upside is 113, 123. And then we're going to come right to that 50-day at 114,281. And then we have the 21-day at 115,868 level. Very, very nice. Now, if we can get above it, we'll come to the top of that candle, 117,315. And then we'll have it come up here at 117,640 level. That'll be the retest. And we just work the candles up, 118,350. We have 119,910. Come on top of there, 127,55. Always look to the left of the chart, 121,255. Then we'll look at old sticky here at 122,955. And then this is going to be the key, a close over 123,615 level, which we made a little bit higher high, but you notice that it couldn't close over, and that's your big retest. Now, the key is you have to get above this 8-day simple moving average, because right now we are downtrending. So don't get too excited because, yeah, okay, we went above. Yeah, we went above here too. Okay, but that didn't mean that it's kept on going. Okay, so that one stopped it short. So you got to remember, always just watch these key levels here, the price channels. There's your 8-day, and okay, your next one is going to be at 50-day. Then we have that 21-day. We get to close all above that, then we can just ratchet it right on up. Downside, watch today's low, 111.20. That's going to be key. Watch yesterday's low, 110.420 level. Come to the bottom of this candle, 109.590, and then we have your retest at 108.845 level. That's going to be very key. If it's lost, then we come to the 21-day here at that 107 and 180 level, and then your 100-day at 106.603. Okay, now we have the RSI. Well, you're sitting at 46. That's not overbought, oversold. The green is still below your red, so it shows the momentum to the downside, which is exactly what we have. Now, don't get excited just because you have that one green candle, but just watch that 8-day. Very, very critical on a closing basis. We get above it, then we can, reverse this downtrend and take that bad boy higher. Okay, weekly. This is still looking very, very bullish. Bottom left, upper right. This price can come all the way down to the 50-day, and it's still a very, very bullish chart. Okay, so just always remember that. But what we really want to hold is that 107, 180. Be nice to get right back above that 116, 723 like we did last week. So let's just see how this all going to shake out. Now, you look at the RSI, got a little bit overbought. Coming on down, no big deal. Green is just trying to cross your red. So right now here, you just got to be a little bit patient. The whole key is going to be getting and closing above that 8-day, that 50-day, and that 21-day, and then she could run higher. All right, let's take a look here at gold and silver. Here we have the old gold and we have silver. Now you can see here it is uptrending very, very nicely. Okay, just a very nice, easy ride. Okay, so far today we put in a high of 34.57. Yesterday you had a high of 34.52. Okay, so what we're really looking for right now, gold is sitting at 34.53, which is just above this key level at that 34.51 level. Now, if we can get above that, then we're going to be looking right here. Okay, 34.66. This is going to be your next target. Okay, and then we're going to come over the top of this candle right there at 34.76. All right, and then we'll come up right to the top of this candle. We got 34.83, and then we have we go to the left, always go to the left of the chart. This is what we're looking for, is a close above that 35.09. Then we hit 35.34 level. Okay, so very, very easy. All you need to do is just look right to the left of the chart. All your resistance, your upside targets are sitting right there. Now, downside, well, we're watching today's low, 34.42, and then we'll come down to yesterday's low, 34.22. But we'll really be watching is this 8-day at 34.13 and that 21-day at 34.11. Very, very key, but now you can see how nicely they're uptrending, which is going to provide very, very nice support. If that's lost, we have that 50-day sitting right at 33.77. Then we'll come to the bottom of this candle at 33.67. We come down here at 33.62, and then we're looking for Ohondo here at 33.42, and then we have your price channel at 33.24, and then your big retest all the way down here at 3,300 flat. All right, but right now, I like to show you where it could go, but again, right now we're uptrending situation. Very, very nice. It's just a slow uptrend, but just watch that 8-day and that 21-day sitting right around that 34.11, 34.13 level. That's going to be very, very key. And then your next upside here, you just watch the top of that candle, that 34.66. That's going to be your next level of resistance. And then the next level of this is above that, 34.76. And then we have this 34.83 level. Those are going to be upside targets. We get above that, then we have that 35.09. Then we have that nice 35.34 retest. Now, again, we cracked that 35.50, 3600, 3620. But again, if it does get up into this area, always watch what the reaction is, okay? Because we had a topping tail here. This doesn't mean just because it gets up here, it's going to blast through. Come up here and we could double top and it could come right back down, or we could trade sideways, okay? So one level at a time, trade what's in front of you. Right. Now, 59, well, that's looking here pretty good. That's not overbought or oversold. The green is over your red. You can see how nice that momentum is to the upside. She's a beaut, Clark. Look at that. Nice. All right. Now we take a look at silver. Now, silver here is having a good move. Very, very bullish chart situation. Yesterday, we came down. We put a bottoming tail. And now today, we made this nice higher high. So you're sitting at 39.65 level. What we're doing, we're looking at the left of the chart here. We got 39.52. We're up of that right here, 39.66. This is what we're looking at. Okay, that's your next resistance level. And then obviously, if we can get above that, we come right here, 39.72 level, and then 39.91. That is your breakout. You crack that, you're going to go 40, 42, 45 level. Right? So we have a nice, good uptrending situation. RSI 63, nowhere near overbought or oversold. That could go right on up here. The green over your red, looking very, very bullish here on the old chart. Now, yesterday, every time you see that bottoming tail, just like when you see a topping tail, okay, when you see those, that means it's coming down. But the bottom tail, that means she's going up. Now, on the downside, you want to watch today's low, 39.15 level. Then we can look at the top of this candle at 38.86. Looked at yesterday's low at 38.67. Then we start getting right into that 8-day, 38.53. And then that 21-day at 38.12. And then we have the 50-day at 37.78. But look how nice this is rallying up, okay? And once that 8-day keeps rallying and rolling, that's going to provide very, very nice, good support to the old chart. All right, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natural gas. Here we have the old crude oil and natural gas. Now remember, natural gas EIA report will be out today at 10:30. All right, now you can see here how the 21-day stopped it, okay? 21-day stopped it, 100-day stopped it, and now that 21-day is rolling over. See this, okay? So the 21-day now is sitting at 64.14, and your 100-day is sitting at 64.24. So now that 21-day crossed over, that 100-day, that's not really good. That's not good, okay? But we have this bottom, this 8-day, sitting at 63.50, okay? And that's curling up. So something's going to give, because now we have like a wedgie, okay? So we got a wedgie, and not in a good way, okay? Look at that. Got an old wedgie going on here. See this? Boom, and then boom, okay? Now, the problem with this is it's either going to pop up or she's going to pop on down situation. So on downside, you watch that 8-day, 63.50, okay? Then we have 62.95. Then we come down here at 62.52. Then we have 61.83, and then we have your retest 61.45. Very, very simple. Follow the candles down. Big retest 61.45. Easy. All right. Upside, we're going to be watching that 21-day. 64.14. Nice. Okay. And then we had 64.24. Okay. That's going to be your very, very key levels on the upside. We get above it. We'll come top there. 64.76. We have 65.10. Then we're going to come up to that 65.90, that 50-day. 67.37, and then we can come right to the bottom of that candle, 68.56, and then we have 69.58, and then we have 70.41. Okay, but again, a lot of resistance. But as that 8-day moves up, the 21-day moves down. Something's going to give on this wedge situation. All right, now 47. Hey, that's not overbought, oversold. The green is over your red. So let's just see. It has good momentum, but you can see how strong that 21-day is. So let's just see which way she's going to crack. Or it could go sideways for another day or so. But either way, it's going to crack one way or the other very, very soon. Okay, natural gas. Well, natural gas couldn't got off the old schneid a little bit here, but look how strong that 21 day is. See, that's why I call it the catch-all. When you lose that 8 day, it goes to the next level, which is usually that 21 day, then 50, 100 day, and 200 day. But right there, what did it go? Smacked right into it, came down. Today so far, same thing. So we got to get above upside 2.89. Just watch that. Very, very key. Next level is 2.91. Come up here. We got 2.96 level. Then we have 3 flat. Okay. And we'll come up there. You got 310. Then we'll come up there at 315 level. And then we'll be running to that 50 day, 319, 333, and then 349. Okay. But you have to get above that 21 day in order to do that. Now, on the downside situation here, we're going to be watching just the opposite, okay? So you're looking at roughly 2.85. That's going to be your support level, but this is going to be the key. Is going to be right here. It's going to be that 277. Now, if you lose that, then we're going to come right to the top of this candle because this is the gap fill at 2.74 level, okay? Then we come to the bottom there. You're looking at 2.68, and then we come there at 265. Then you retest at 262. But right now, we got a little ping pong action between the old 8 day and the old 21 day, 8/21. Okay, so we got to say, can this just go sideways? Absolutely. But you have to get above it in order to go to the next level. Now, if this closes above the old 21 day, then I would jump into UNG and then take it because the next target is going to be that 50 SMA here. But you can see how everything is downtrending situation yet. The 150 day, 21 day, 8 day, everything is still very, very much downtrending situation. And that 21 day is acting like a pretty big sized brick wall. Now, 45, that's still not overbought, oversold. The green is trying to go over the red, trying to get some momentum to break this downtrend situation. But right now, we have not broken it because we have to get and clear that 21 SMA. All right, let's take a look here down at the old NQ. Here we have the NQ. Now, the NVIDIA came out yesterday and they had their numbers. And actually, they were really, really, for any other stock, that would be just like remarkable numbers. But what they're always looking at is, what's going forward here, the China situation, and that's why I always say it's not the news that matters. It's always the reaction to it. So we had a good pop up yesterday. I dumped it out. I dumped out half my position at 183. That was a really good trade. It got all the way down to, I believe, around 172 area, and now we're sitting here about 178. Okay, so we got to see how that's all going to shake out as according with the Nasdaq. And here's the Nasdaq futures right here. So what we had is a very, very obviously very, very good run. But right now we have this 8 day. Okay, look at the 8 day at 23,479, and then we have that 21 day at 23,531. So the 8 day now crossed over that 21 day. So we got to be very little bit of careful kind of situation. But we have this sideways action. The price is basically above both of them. Now, if we lose that, then we're going to be looking right here for that 50 day at 23,192, and then you retest at 22,775 level. Now, if we lose that, yeah, we have a lot of support here, but realistically, you can head right for that Hondo at 21,789, and then 21,410 is your 200 day. Now, on the upside, if you can rally up here, we just follow these candles up. You got 23,838, and then we have what do we have on the next one there? We got 23,881. We got 23,963, and you work yourself up to 24 retest. And then we'd have to see what the reaction is once you do, if you get to that area, what the retest is. It blast through and head towards that 24,1, 25,000, 26,000. We don't know that. Okay, so we got to see what's going to happen. But right now, we just have a sideways action. But realistically, just watch this 50 day. As long as that 50 day is holding, it's in good shape because look how many times that it's held here nicely in the past. But if we lose it, then we're going to the price channel. If you lose that, then this market is going to come off and you're going to come all the way on down. Now, we do have that negative divergence going on here on the old chart situation. And we have this, well, your green is below your red. But let's just see how this all shakes out. But again, a lot of it was hanging around the old NVIDIA. But remember, just watch this time of the year, this end of August to the first week of October. Okay, those are the worst 6 weeks for the stocks. So, okay, so just remember, money in your pocket, just like with NVIDIA. I had it in there, I clicked it at 183. I didn't get the high. I got it to 183.40. I'll say, but it doesn't make no difference. I already got my, my money and I got it in the pocket. Okay, so that's the case. So just remember, just take your profits, use stop losses during this time frame. You know what I mean? When we're like down in this area, when you had this, way oversold condition, yeah, then you can go all in. But up here, just be a little bit careful kind of a situation. You don't want to be losing money, especially at the end of the week going into a holiday weekend. All right, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here midday trading. We'll take a look at some stocks and trade what's in front of you, not what you want.